Commission meeting for September 5th. First item on the agenda, approval of minutes from August 1st. Everybody had a chance to review those?
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Second.
All those in favor? Next up, claims approval. Looks like we've got some for Reedy Financial, Liberty Flag and Specialty Company, Jacoby and Toombs, and Barnes and Thornburg, totaling $34,013.70. Everybody had a chance to review those?
Yes.
Entertain a motion to approve.
I will make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Next up, financial report.
Don't forget the two bond claims.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Bond request number 19, pay application number 3, Michigan Road and Crestwood Drive, traffic signal. And then bond request number 3, pay application number 3, Crystal Beach. Any questions or comments on those two?
No, I'll make a motion to approve them.
I will second that.
All those in favor? So our next up, financial report.
Yeah, thank you, Commission. Today, the financial report's in front of you, and there's no large material change from the last report, except for we continue to refine this report a little bit. One of the things we did do and break out for this year is the professional services line item, so we can understand the on-call services as it relates to engineering, accounting, and our attorney fees. Certainly, we've had a little bit more this year and the end of last year, but we've had a lot of activity in the accounting and the attorney fees area, as well as some engineering. So I just wanted to get those broken out. So those are broken out in the financial report this month. We're going to continue to refine that and have some additional documents as it relates to some of the bond funding here for you to have in a financial report at the end of each month. So Reedy's continuing to work to fine tune that.
Okay. Any other comments on the financial report? Moving on to old business.
Yeah, in your packet, you saw change order number 1 for the Franks Drive project. As you can, if you drive up there now, you'll notice it's what I would call substantially complete, with the exception of the lighting controls and the final asphalt pavement markings. When that project was bid, we bid it fairly early in the cycle, hoping to get good pricing, so we went into a spring cycle. Our NDOT approval process lagged by about 6 weeks of the bidding, and NDOT had some additional traffic signalization upgrades that they requested for us to make as a part of the permit process. This change order captures those additional traffic signal improvements that we needed to make per NDOT's request.
Any questions or comments on the Franks Drive change order? You need a motion to approve that?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I will make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Okay. New business?
Yeah, new business, exciting times for us here. We have the committee met that included Kay Stokes from Hanover College, Nicole, Emily, and myself from the city of Madison. Bob Green, Kathy Hale, and Jim Olson met and reviewed a number of consultant recommendations for the Madison Hanover Connector Trail project. We interviewed 3 final firms, and it was fairly unanimous that Jacoby, Toombs, and Lance be awarded that project for that. And I'd ask that you'd authorize the mayor to enter into contract negotiations and setting that contract.
Tony, I just have a quick question on that.
Yes.
Was there a summary of the RFQ that we could share with the commission, or the fee for the services being rendered, and maybe the scope of this?
Yeah, the fees have not been negotiated
Okay.
yet because it was a federal process.
RFQ
It was an RFQ, a request for qualifications.
And the other thing too, for the commission here, the fees for the planning and engineering, are we able to include that? Is that coming out of the Reggie?
Yes, so between our ready dollars, that's part of the reason why we went through the RFQ process for the federal process, so that the fees could be included as a part of the ready match.
Two primary sources of funding for that, Next Level Trails grant, and then a portion of the City of Madison's Ready grant allocation that we leveraged up with the 4 projects as being one of them.
So we need a motion to approve Jacoby and Toombs.
The motion is to enter into an agreement to get to the point of a contract, okay?
Yes. With the funding coming out of those other sources, not redevelopment commission dollars.
Got it.
This will be the body that will really supervise that project. We have the manpower and the expertise internally here to do that, to work through the bidding process, the design, the engineering, and that's why it's coming through you, because it's part of the ready allocation.
And I would also say too, we're gonna be very fortunate that, in the meantime, since this whole process has started, Hanover College as well as the Bethany Foundation is putting up substantial dollars for a Phase 2 contract. And so as a part of that, that became available in the last month. As a part of that, our Phase 2 work will also be with Jacoby, Toombs, and Lands. It's gonna be under a separate contract because Hanover College is gonna be handling those dollars with Bethany Foundation. But it's a great opportunity that will that'll take the Phase 2, which is basically Clifty Falls State Park, to the base of the hill at Hanover Beach. That'll get that through design development and get a really good, strong set of construction estimates for that large piece of trail to be constructed. So we're real happy with that. Hanover hopes to be able to potentially submit that as a part of their Lilly Grant ask next spring.
All right, with clarification, I will make that motion to approve Jacoby, Toombs, and Lance.
Second.
All those in favor?
Thank you, Commissioner.
PACE program funding request.
Yeah, at this time, Nicole, our Director of Planning and Design, will come up and talk about PACE.
Hello, I was here last time to just give you a recap of the PACE for 2023. I've provided the slides again for you, but in 2023 we've had 61 applications and 32 grants awarded. You can see the funding ratio is $5.90 for every dollar of public funding investment. And today I'm here to ask for an additional $100,000 in order to have a final round in 2023. That's very similar to the other 4 rounds of funding we've awarded in 2023. That will help close out this year and get us to January when all of our funding allocations replenish.
Commission, I will just state that we did review the financial situation with Reedy Financial, and I would also note that there were some additional asks put into the 2023 projections at the beginning of the year for the commission to look at. None of those have been expended to date.
And it sounds like from what you talked about last time, the demand is there, that people were,
Yes.
people still contacting the office asking if there's gonna be additional funds?
Oh yeah. I started a kind of a wait list just for people to be notified when the next round is open, and I have 7 people waiting to be called.
Yeah, I'll just mention too that, think of this as, can the redevelopment commission partner with the rest of the community to do another $600,000 or $700,000 worth of historic preservation or rehabilitation of different types of structures this year still? That's really what this means. That's what this $100,000 will do. And it's been a great program, as she mentioned, almost 6-to-1 leveraging, which is phenomenal, good use of dollars. And because it's the last round of the year, we can be very selective and make sure we're doing the high impact, higher cost projects that need the financial assistance on some of the more needed structures. So we have a real opportunity here, I think, to do a few more good projects before the end of the year.
It's a strong program. Tony, is this ask already included in the projected column, or is it not?
It is not. We have give $300,000 a year typically, and that has been dispersed.
Okay.
So this would be an additional ask for 400 total thousand in 2023.
Well, I think, doesn't the 300,000 that's in there now, just clarify, wasn't, because I think Dan had pointed out that we didn't fund the second half of 2022's pledge of 300. So this year, we've done 150 plus the 150 from last year. Am I reading that correctly?
Well, we have 150 yet to draw. If you look over here, so the 300,000 is making up for the 150 that was missed. We haven't drawn the second half of this year nor the 100,000. It's the way Reedy math. So there will be $250,000 yet to disperse when Nicole needs the dollars out of the RDC. So it'll be a total of 400 in 2023 that will be invested in PACE.
Yes, but
And a
150
total-
of that was
and-
from 2022.
And there'll be a total of 300,000 invested in PACE in 2022.
Yeah.
She just hasn't drawn the money yet. 'Cause-
Benefits of a reimbursement grant program.
Because it's all about cash flow for her, and so when the applications flow in, ultimately.
Are there questions or comments on that?
No,
Have a motion
I'd
approved?
make a motion to approve the additional $100,000.
Second.
All those in favor?
Perfect, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Next up, city matters, mayor update.
Not a whole lot to update you on. I would maybe just really say it this way, which is drive around. If you drive around, you'll see that a lot of our projects that we've been talking about and been working on for the last couple of years are furthering their way under construction. And we're really proud of the progress of the investment the Redevelopment Commission is making happen and the leveraging. The shops at Sunrise Crossing, our parks, the Ready Grant proposals that we're partnering with the four other groups on, all pretty phenomenal accomplishments. And then collectively, it's a significant amount of investments that's happening in our community. We're working now to really position the city for Ready 2.0. State legislature appropriated another $500 million. Just last Friday, the Southern Indiana RDA from the IEDC has released really the guidelines for call for projects. Tony can elaborate on that a little more. But we're going to be, taking the Destination Madison plan and evaluating it for what we didn't get finished and what we were still dreaming about when we drafted it initially, and then put forward another plan by the end of this year for an early awarding by IEDC, probably by the end of first quarter next year. We're also going to be working on kind of our first quarter financial plan. Housing is at a critical state for the city. We have made steps here with PACE to bring dilapidated structures back into the housing market. We've also partnered with Habitat for the subdivision that's under construction up off of Green Road, which is going to provide 6 or 7 new homes. We have the affordable housing development at Sunrise Crossing that we are going through the application stage with IHCDA now. That's going to be a $35 million development, but we need a lot more housing. And so our initiative for financing, creating financial plan out of the TIF district is going to be very, very housing centric. And that's something that we'll have to work on through the balance of this year to get it in front of you guys early next year.
And the good news about the housing front is, again, with the Lilly planning dollars that Hanover College received, they're commissioning a study for all of Jefferson County as it relates to housing and the needs for housing. So that report will be done here towards the end of the year, into first quarter, which will give us some more insight to the housing needs throughout the entire county. So again, those dollars we're leveraging throughout the whole community.
We'll bring a full development summary to you for the fourth quarter in October. That'll, like what we've done in the past, list all the projects we're working on and the status of them. They're all going very well. Tony and Nicole and the staff are doing a very good job managing a lot of high-dollar projects that are very complicated across the city. Crystal Beach being one of them is going very, very well. Jump on the webcam if you want to see what next year's pool is going to look like, but it's happening in real time. And then also over the course of the next few weeks, we'll be crafting the purchase and sale agreement for the Ruler building. now that we have Dollar General Corporation final approval. We'll be working on the DG Market final plans and closing on that real estate with our partner Rafferty Development. So a lot of great things happening, but each quarter we'll share more and more information with you.
There's a quick update on Sunrise, the shops at Sunrise Crossing. We're waiting for Duke Electric to set the final electric install and meter at the traffic light as well as the pump station. Those controls did arrive a little bit ahead of schedule, so we're in good shape with getting the final pump station for the sewage for that project complete. TJ Maxx will be opening this weekend, so stay away from Michigan. Stay away from Michigan Road and Crestwood Drive and Sunrise Boulevard.
Go there Sunday morning,
It's going to be a
8 o'clock.
crazy time. I was up there briefly yesterday, and there was like 3 cars pulled in front of TJ Maxx and said, "Is it open yet? Is it open yet?" So I think it's a much sought after shopping destination here coming up. Hobby Lobby again, we believe by the end of the month of September, and then Kohl's by the end of October. We will have the art installation and landscaping finished here in the next 30 days. So that project's coming along, and the decorative street lights are being installed. You can see a lot of activity. They did a lot of under the ground work the last couple weeks, but the vertical poles are going into place this week. So a lot happening in that corridor, and we hope some improved traffic patterns as well with dedicated turn lanes and center turn lanes and those sorts of things. So we hope that eases some of the congestion in the area.
We probably have just the ones that we're involved in around $75 million worth of development right now, and that doesn't include the things that's in our plans but haven't broken ground yet. So a lot more investment happening across our community coming up. Very exciting time.
Anything else to come before the commission?
I don't think so, Brad.
Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.